Good morning, everyone. So today I'm going to be making this chunky diaper cover pattern. Recently I posted two videos, one for bear hat and one for bunny hat, and this is the matching diaper cover. I'm going to be demonstrating the 3 to 6 month size, but I have 3 sizes on the blog from newborn to 12 months, and it's also available as a download. I'll leave all the links below. So today we're going to be using a chunky yarn. Again, I use the old Bernat chunky, but I will leave the gauge of this yarn below so that you can find matching yarn, and I also have recommendations on the blog. Along with that, you just need a 6.5 millimeter hook, and that's everything we need to get started. You are going to love this. It is so easy to make. It's a combination of single crochet and double crochet, and the texture is just amazing. Because of the buttonholes on the inside, you can actually adjust this to 5 different sizes on each size of the diaper cover. So you'll have a perfect fit every time. The bum is shaped so that the diaper doesn't poke out of the edges. You'll see that it shapes nicely around the diaper cover, making it look really tidy. Anyways, we're gonna get started with the video. I hope you love it. And so yeah, let's get started. Okay, so all we need to do to get started is make our slip knot. So you just yarn over, create that little X, pinch the X, pull the yarn through, and pull that loop up. So we're just going to insert the hook and tighten the loop, but not too tight. We want to be able to work our stitches easily. The next thing that we're going to be doing is creating a chain of 43. So if you don't know how to make that, you can go ahead and do that now. And for others who need some help, I'll show you how to do that. So to make a chain stitch, we are going to yarn over and pull that through the loop on your hook. Okay, and try to keep your tension very loose. Just relax your hands. Yarn over and through the loop. Yarn over and through that loop. Okay, so we're going to continue along and we're going to make our chain of 43. And at the end, just count. Just remember that each little V shape, that's your chain stitch, and you do not count the loop on the hook because of course that's not actually a finished chain. So I'll finish my chain of 43 and meet up with you at the end. Okay, so now that we have finished our chain of 43, we're going to start on row 1. And all that we're going to be doing for row 1 is working single crochets all the way across. We're going to start by working our first single crochet into the second chain from the hook. So that's the first one. And remember, this doesn't count as a chain because it's just an unfinished loop, and that is the second. So we're just going to insert our hook, yarn over, pull that loop through, yarn over and through all 2 loops. Okay, so we're going to do that in the next one. Insert our hook, yarn over, pull that loop up, yarn over and through 2 loops. And of course, if you know how to do this, I'll have stamps below, so just go ahead and finish working a single crochet in each stitch across. Insert your hook, yarn over and through those 2 loops. So just go ahead and you can work with me for the next few if you like. And if you need to slow the video down, you can do that or go back to the start just to see how these stitches are made. But for now, I am going to work a single crochet all the way across. And because we started in the second chain, that means that we're short 1 stitch. So at the end of row 1, you should have 42 stitches. So just continue all the way across and I'll meet up with you at the end of the row, and that's what that should be looking like. Just make sure that you're trying to keep your hands loose and work those stitches as consistently as possible. Okay, so for row 2, what we're going to be doing is making the buttonholes, and they're really easy to make. All we're going to do is chain 2 and turn. And then we're going to work a single crochet in the first stitch. So these are our chain stitches, 1, 2, and that's our first single crochet. So we're going to work right into there. And then we are going to chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so because we chain 3, we're going to skip over the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3, and we're going to work a single crochet into the 4th stitch. So that's it right there. So we're going to work under both those loops, yarn over, pull up the loop, and through the 2 loops. Then we're going to go right into making our second buttonhole. So we're going to repeat the same thing. So we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. And we're going to skip the next 3 stitches. So that's 1, 2, 3, and we're going to single crochet in the 4th. Now what we're going to be doing is just working our way to the other end of row 1, and we're going to do that by working a single crochet into the next 25 stitches. So you can go ahead and work those. I'll work a few with you. That's 1, 2, 3. So we'll just go along and make sure that counting from your very first single crochet after the buttonhole, you'll actually have 26, because this counts as 1, and then you're going to work 25. I'm going to put timestamps below so that if you already know how to crochet, you can just jump ahead to the next section. But for everyone else, I'm going to meet up with you after we after we single crochet 25. Okay, so I have finished my 25 single crochet, and what we're going to do at this end is just mirror what we did when we started this row. So we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, skip 3 stitches and single crochet into that 4th stitch there. And then we're going to chain 3 again, 1, 2, 3, and skip the next 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and single crochet in that last stitch. Okay, so that is our first set of buttonholes made. So we can just put our buttons in there. Okay, so for row 3, before we go to row 3, we're just going to chain 1 and turn. And then we're going to be working a single crochet into the 1st stitch. And then what we're going to be doing is crocheting over top of this chain. So we're going to work 3 single crochets into that chain. So just insert them into that space there, and then just work them. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so it should be looking like that now. Then you're going to single crochet in this single crochet right here. And then we're going to work 3 single crochet into that chain 3 space again. So that's 1, 2, and 3. So this is what it should be looking like right now. And then you're going to single crochet in that next single crochet, and you're going to go 25 across again. So I'll do the next 25 and meet up with you, and we'll do the last 2 buttonholes. Okay, so I've worked my 25 stitches, and I'm now at my second last chain 3 space. So we're just going to work 3 single crochets in there, 1, 2, and 3. Then work a single crochet in the next. And then we're going to work 3 single crochet in the next chain 3 space, 1, 2, and 3. And of course we're going to place a single crochet in that very last stitch. Single crochet in that last stitch and then fasten off. So this is the waistband done, and we're going to continue onto the back panel now. Okay, so now we're going to be starting the back of the diaper cover, and we're going to be leaving the first 8 stitches of the waistband undone, because that's the part that's going to wrap around the tummy. Okay, so to start row 4, we're going to count over 8 stitches and join in our 9th. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we're going to join, grab our yarn, just pull it through, yarn over, and pull it through. Now we're going to be working directly into that stitch, that join stitch, a half double crochet. So just make your half double crochet. And then in the next stitch, we're going to start our pattern repeat. So for this texture, we're going to be working a single crochet, followed by a double crochet right back into that same stitch where we worked the single crochet. So to make a double crochet, we're just going to yarn over, insert the hook, grab your yarn and pull it through, yarn over, through 2 loops, yarn over and through 2 loops again. If you already know how to crochet, I will have timestamps below so you can jump ahead. Okay, you're going to skip the next stitch, single crochet in that stitch there, followed by another double crochet right back into that same stitch where you made the single crochet. Yarn over, insert your hook, grab the yarn over, through 2 loops, yarn over, through the last 2 loops. We're going to skip the next stitch, and in the one following that we're going to place another single crochet followed by another double crochet into that same stitch. So yarn over, insert your hook, grab the yarn over, through those 2 loops, yarn over and through those 2 loops again. So that's what it should be looking like. Okay, so you want to repeat that across until you have 13 clusters in total, and then you finish off with a half double crochet right beside your very last one. So for this row, you should have 28 stitches in total. So you're going to count your half double crochets and your pattern repeat across, but do not count these stitches at the end. So we'll just count across here, and I'm going to start by counting the cluster stitches. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, and then 1 half double crochet on each end equals 28. So that's perfect. Okay, so moving on to the next row, we're just going to chain 1 and turn, and then we're going to single crochet into that first stitch. So that's our chain stitch, so we're going to work right into there, our single crochet, followed by a single crochet worked right into that next stitch, which is your double crochet. So we're going to go single crochet, and then we're going to work a double crochet right back in there. So we're repeating the pattern in this next row. Now what you need to be sure of so that your texture turns out is that you're working this combination into your double crochet. So you can see here, this is your taller stitch. You can see this knotted area here. That's how you know you're working in your double crochet, whereas the next one is a bit shorter. So work your single crochet, followed by your double crochet, and then you're going to skip the single crochet and work back into the double crochet. So you insert your hook and make your single crochet followed by your double crochet. So just do that all the way across, and again at the end of this row we should have 28 stitches. So I'll meet up with you at the end of the row. Okay, so I'm at the end of row 5 now, and I'm just going to finish that off with a single crochet in the last stitch, chain 1 and turn. Now the next rows that we're going to be working 6 through 12 are a repeat of the same pattern, so I will post those above, but for now we're just going to work a single crochet in that first stitch, followed by a single crochet in that double crochet there, followed by a double crochet in that same stitch. So it's the same as row 5. We'll just do a few more stitches and then I'll leave you. You can work rows 6 through 12 and we'll meet up and continue on. Okay, so we'll just insert single crochet, double crochet in that same stitch, skip the next, work a single crochet and a double crochet in the next. So I'll put the instructions above. Just repeat that pattern and end your row with a single crochet. So you can see the texture beginning now. Isn't that pretty? There you go. So I'm going to go ahead and work those and then I'll meet up with you and we'll start on row 13. Okay, so I just finished rows 6 through 12, and now what we're going to start doing is shaping the back of the diaper cover to the bottom of the diaper cover in the crotch area. So this is one that I've already made, and I just want to point out, as you start to shape it, you'll find that it starts to curve in, and that's what we want it to do, because we want it to be snug against the bum and the diaper cover, and not to be letting the diaper cover show. So this is one that I've already made up, and you can see how it's almost got like a little cup shape, and that happens naturally as we work the ends of the rows. Okay, so the next rows, which are 13 through 19, 13 now, we're just going to chain 1 and turn at the end of row 12. We're going to work 1 single crochet into the first stitch, and then we are going to be working a half double crochet decrease over the next 2. Okay, so to work a half double crochet decrease, you're going to wrap the yarn around your hook, insert it into that double crochet, pull up a loop, yarn over through the next single crochet, grab that loop. You now have 5 loops on your hook, yarn over and through all 5. So you've decreased by 1 stitch there. Now you'll end up at the next half, or the next double crochet. So you're going to repeat your pattern again, working in the double crochets all the way across. So work a single crochet, followed by a double crochet, and then you're going to skip the next stitch, which is a single crochet, and work into that double crochet. Single crochet, followed by a double crochet. So you're going to work that same pattern all the way across, but you're going to leave the last 3 stitches unworked. So I'll work across and then meet up with you and show you how to finish off row 13. Okay, so I've just finished all my pattern repeats, and as per the instructions, we're just going to skip this next single crochet, which leaves our last 3 stitches unworked. So we're going to be working another decrease over those last 3 stitches. So let's work our half double crochet decrease. So you yarn over, insert into the stitch there, grab your yarn, yarn over again, insert to the next stitch, grab your yarn. You have 5 stitches on your hook, yarn over through all 5, and then just work a single crochet in that last stitch. Chain 1 and turn. Okay, so for row 14, we're going to we're going to single crochet in the first stitch. We're going to decrease again. So do a half double crochet decrease, yarn over, insert into the next stitch, pull that up, yarn over through the next stitch, pull up the loop, and through all 5. So you've decreased a stitch there. But what you want to do now is find your double crochet and work in there. So always work in your double crochets when you're working the pattern stitch. So oops. So we're going to work a half double crochet, followed by a single crochet. And then we're going to skip the next and then work that pattern again, single crochet and double crochet. So this is your pattern now for rows 14 through 19. So I'm going to put instructions above, and remember I have timestamps. So you want to go through working row 14 continuously until you get to row 19. And again, I'll put those above, but I'll finish working this row with you, show you how to end it off. And the most important thing to remember is, as always, when working the pattern stitch, make sure that you're working into the double crochet. Also, you want to be counting your stitches at every row to make sure that the diaper is decreasing in size correctly. Just go ahead and work this across till you have 3 stitches left, and then we'll finish this row off. And you can continue working the same way till the end of row 19, and then we'll pick up from there. Okay, so I'm at the end of the row, and I have 1 more single crochet, double crochet to work, and I have 3 stitches left. Okay, I'm going to work half double crochet decrease, and single crochet into the last stitch. Okay, because of the decreases that we're doing, sometimes when you get to the end you might have 4 stitches left, in which case skip 1 and work over the last 3, and sometimes you'll have 3 left, and that's just because of the way we're doing the decreases. So I'll meet up with you at the end of row 19 and we'll continue on with the front panel. Okay, I hope everyone is making out really well. This is what my cover looks like now, and as you can see, it's starting to get that little cup shape, and that's because of the half double crochet decreases that we do at the end of each row. Okay, so now we're going to start on the front panel. There's no decreases, and these next rows are going to be worked exactly the same. So rows 20 through 36 are going to be worked exactly the same as the one I'm going to show you now. So let's just chain 1 and turn, and we're going to start with a single crochet in that first stitch, and then we're going to find our double crochet and work our pattern repeat into there. So just single crochet followed by double crochet. And also double check that you're at 14 stitches moving forward, and you're going to want 14 stitches at the end of each row. So you're going to single crochet, double crochet, and skip. We're going to work that all the way along, so I'll work that here and then meet up with you, and we'll just finish this row. And as always, I'll put the instructions above here for you. You can refer back to them or make note of them, but I'm pretty sure you're probably a pro by now in how this is done. Okay, so how many stitches are we at here now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then we're going to do our last cluster here, which will bring us to 13, and finish with a single crochet in that last stitch. Okay, so you're going to continue on rows 20 through 36, and then we'll meet up and we'll finish off the cover. See you then. Okay, so I have just finished the front of the diaper cover, and this is what it's looking like, and hopefully yours is looking like this too. And the last thing that we're going to do now for row 37 is just chain 1 and turn at the end of row 36. We're going to work a single crochet all the way across in every stitch. So let's just go ahead and get that done. And then we're going to start on our finishing round of the diaper cover. So that's going to be really easy, but I want to show you what to do at the corners, because we want to add extra stitches so that we can keep the nice shape of the diaper cover. So I'll meet up with you at the end of this row. I'm almost done. Okay, so just working in this last stitch here, we're going to work 3 single crochets into every corner stitch, and that's so that our stitches wrap around nicely and give a nice edging. So we're just going to do 1, 2, and 3, and you can see how that now brings us naturally down to the side of the diaper cover. So moving forward, what you're going to be doing is working a single crochet into the end of each row. So we can just work a few here. So this is the end of a row, and then you're going to find your next row, which is actually right here, and then your next row, which is bigger and easier to find. Then you're going to look for this smaller opening here and crochet in there, and just keep going down all the way around the diaper cover. So you can see here it's giving it a nice finished edge. So I'm going to leave you at that point. When you come to the corners here, you can just work around those. You won't need extra stitches. If you do, just pop an extra one in if you find it's pulling. But for now, we'll work all the way around, and then I'll show you the 2 different ways that you can work with the buttonholes to get 2 different looks on the diaper cover. Okay, so I finished working my single crochets all the way around, And as promised, I want to show you your different options with the buttons. I haven't woven in my ends yet, but I will do that. So there's two different ways that you can fasten up this diaper cover. If you want the band to show, you could use larger buttons like this and just sew those to the front panel. And then of course these buttons are a bit, well, these buttons are too big, but I don't have any that'll fit right now. And then the diaper cover is adjustable. The second way, which I prefer, is to actually attach the buttons to the inside, and then the band is hidden. And you can use different decorative buttons then for the front. So you could use, these aren't great colors, so I'm actually going to flip them over. You could use two big ones like that, or I'm actually going to go out now and see if I can find buttons that are just a little bit smaller. And I don't like this color so much because they're kind of yellow. They don't go so good with this. Or you could do two little buttons like that, and then you would just need to add some buttons to the inside. But either way, I think it looks really cute, although I think it looks really tidy this way and very cute. So that's it for this tutorial. I'm going to leave links to the matching hats below. I have a ton of matching hats in my Etsy store, but I also have more tutorials here. So that's everything. If you have any questions, as always, leave them in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. And if you enjoyed this video, I would love it if you gave it a like, and love it even more if you subscribed. So that's everything for today. Thank you so much again, and bye for now.